this is backed by real estate. How much safer can you get when there's actually a tangible asset behind it?
Hey, it's Kevin Amos, Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. Hey, you found us here on YouTube. Please help us build a community so we can help more real estate investors. We would love more subscribers, so mash on that subscribe button and then hit the notification button so you get fresh content every single week. This week is especially special. I have Brandon McKnight here today to talk about PFG Fund V and some of the concerns our potential investors in that fund have. And we just, we hear the same things over and over. Yeah. So I thought maybe we just shoot a quick video on what are the concerns that our investors are having?
Sure. So the first one that I typically get from a lot of our investors is, how safe is this investment, right? They really want to understand if they're putting money into PFG Fund V, is it going to be safe, right? There's tons of options out there for people to invest in.
Right.
And so this is a little bit of a different avenue. And one of the things that I always tell them is that this is backed by real estate. How much safer can you get when there's actually a tangible asset behind it? And so that gives a lot of credibility to it. People feel good knowing that if something were to go wrong, there's real estate there that actually can make sure that they get their money back. So that's probably the number one. Number two, I would actually say is really, okay, what happens if the economy goes bad?
Yeah, I'm getting that one a lot, especially right now.
Yeah, it's probably something I get, every day. One of the things I've been telling people is, well, for the first time in a long time, a lot of our borrowers feel like this is an opportunity to invest in real estate. So we're seeing a lot of activity. It actually hasn't been the inverse of that, where lending has slowed down because people finally can actually take advantage of a market where it doesn't require them to go over asking price. So we're actually experiencing a little bit of a different trend of what most of the world is going through. People then ask, well, what if prices go down? Well, we have a 9-month loan. So this isn't a loan that's going to be with somebody for a long time. So that money is constantly moving. So the concern, once again, gets a little bit less as you start talking through the basics of how this works.
Yeah, and you and I want to touch on a little bit about what exactly the fund is. We should probably mention that. But we just did a webinar, I don't know how long ago, a while ago, and we were looking at the average loan to value ratio in that. Loan to value is how much money, how much leverage, or how much of the loan compared to the value of the property, and what was that blended loan to value across our entire fund?
If I remember correctly, I think it was around 58%.
59%.
Yeah.
So it's under 60%.
Yeah.
So, gosh, that's a lot of movement in 9 months if you're going to put your money at risk. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I tell people is something would have to go really wrong for us to go below that, 60%. There's lots of opportunities for us to actually, if a deal goes bad, we can take the property back and then, rehab it ourselves and sell it. But there's typically still equity in the deal. So we don't lose in that situation. Right. We've actually experienced gains off of it.
Yeah, so real briefly, so that they understand what the fund is, we bring in, it's a public fund. So we went through the SEC process. We have audited financials, twice a year reporting. We have all of that stuff you would get with any public company. We're not listed on an exchange, but we could be if we wanted to. We chose not to do that because of costs. But it's absolutely public. You can go in there and see it's all public record, all of our financials, all of that. So that's really cool for investors to feel safe. But we pool money together and we make loans to real estate developers to fix and flip houses, new construction, that type of thing. So your money goes into real estate on the passive side. Did I do a good job explaining that?
Oh, I think that's perfect. One thing I would want to add to is I tell investors all the time, look us up. Go to the SEC's website, and you can pull up PFG Fund V. It's there. We're not some fly-by-night. It's a respectable investment that's out there for the world to see.
Yep. All right, so we got the concerns with the economy. What was the first one that you said?
Is my money going to be safe?
Is your money going to be safe? So
right.
The market movement, is my money safe? Is there any concerns about, can I get my money back if I want it?
Great point. So a lot of people say, hey, if I want my money back, what does that look like? We don't have a lockup period. All we ask for is a 90-day notice period. So, hey, let us know if you want your money back. We don't want it to be a checking account for you, but we just need to make sure that we have enough money that we're lending out to our borrowers so that we can return your money as well. And we work through that, but we typically get your money back to you inside of 30 to 45 days.
Yep. Any other concerns that you're getting?
Right now I think the economy is the biggest one, but every now and then we'll get somebody who really just wants to learn more about the business, and I feel like you covered that, where just the basics of that, right? We take money in and then we lend it back out at a higher rate. It's really the main concept.
Yeah, I think sometimes, Brandon, I'm just thinking this as we're shooting the video, but sometimes I get the Ponzi. Is this a Ponzi? Yep. The good thing, you guys, about a Ponzi, this not being a Ponzi, is it's absolutely a tangible asset. It's a real asset, and it's all public. Real estate is the most public investment, most public asset you can own.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
I can go out and touch the house, and I can look up on the county records on my phone and tell you who owns it and how much they owe against it, and who owns that loan.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
absolutely.
It's very, very transparent.
And it's like we talked about earlier. It's backed by real estate. Right now, the fund has approximately 65 loans in it, and that's changing every day. But you can't get more diversified than that. And also, it's on hard assets.
Okay. Because it's not a private offering. It's absolutely public. No restriction on accredited versus non-accredited. What is our minimum investment amount?
It's $10,000, and we just lowered that from $25,000 because we want to help more investors out there get into the fund. So if you want to invest in the fund, go ahead and email or call me first, actually, at 303-835-4445, or email me at brandon@pinefinancialgroup.com.
And again, you could find us at pinefinancialgroup.com. At the very top, you can get more information about investors. Again, pinefinancialgroup.com.